Hi everyone, I trust you've been safe and well and off to a good start in 2023. I'm popping together a quick video to follow up on the previous one that I made announcing that I was going to move into a men's health initiative. It's something that's quite personal for me and something that I've been looking at doing for quite some time, first starting in 2020. Unfortunately, COVID hit and it put things on the back burner, I guess, for a bit. A bit about myself and why it's important to me. I come from quite a disadvantaged background, grew up in that single mother family, experienced significant hardship, quite a lot of childhood trauma. Um, by 21, I was down and out and contemplated self-harm. I was quite fortunate in that regard in relation to having people around me that supported me through that. I went on to study at uni later in life, changing industries from being a labourer, truck driver, factory store person to studying in the social work area, where I spent the last 10 years developing and implementing programs and services for people that aimed at supporting people's quality of life and just helping people in their times of need, drawing on my own personal experience, what I'd gone through. A number of these initiatives have been quite successful, and it's something I'm quite proud of. It's obviously I work in a team, I work on different things, work with different people, move around a bit, but it's something that I've always been passionate about. Later on, I've got into sort of the legal side of things, more around policy, procedure, and different aspects of that sector in that way, shape, or form. In 2020, I think it was really, well, by 2020, I had a lot of friends, a lot of people that I knew who kept raising, you need to do something around men's health, and for people that know me quite personally, mental health is something that I myself have struggled with over the years. I think there's a lot of narrative in the community around men having it easier, which isn't necessarily the case, or not for all men, especially out in disadvantaged communities, out in fringe areas of Melbourne. It's all a bit harder, a bit more challenging. Over the years, I have lost a number of friends through self harm, and it's something that I've always been quite, I've held pretty dear, that something needed to be done. So in 2020, I started working on a bit of a project idea to, how do we connect with men? How do we, lift engagement? Because that's a big thing with blokes. I don't think blokes are open enough or communicate with others. People that know me know that I'm quite open, engaging. I talk a lot. I don't have an issue talking about feelings, whereas I think a lot of other people might not. There's a stigma attached to men needing to be, tough, but it's not about being weak, I guess, talking about feelings. It's more about, talking about experiences and personal battles and hardship, and giving your message to other men, maybe even younger, who are experiencing things, to understand and know that there is a way forward. Things happen, you keep going. And over the next couple of months, I'm going to be wanting to focus in on those stories, looking at establishing a podcast, bringing in other men who have experienced hardship, which is pretty much all men, and having them talk about their upbringings or what they've gone through, their day-to-day lives, their struggles, and just having that heart-to-heart talk and just learning from other blokes. I want to focus on sort of life skill sets. As people who have already followed the blog that's starting up and the website, there's a few recipes on there. People are always asking me for training tips and, what do you eat? What do you diet? That stuff was pretty easy. I was throwing a few things together, just seeing how it goes. So every time someone asks me, what do you eat? Or what exercise do you do? I just refer them to my website now. Makes it a bit easier. But I really want to start building that to be more for men. So I'd love your feedback about what you want to see on that blog, what stories you'd like to write about. I think it's important that we do start airing some of the stuff that's out there, some of the stuff that we know. 8.6 Australians a day die through suicide, and 75% of that are men. And those health stats get a lot worse with men dying earlier. Depression, stress, all that kind of stuff. So I think we've got a good avenue here to really focus on men's health, men's mental health, physical as well. I think a big part of being, a healthy mind is healthy body. Those that do know me well know that I train a fair bit. When I did, end up going to uni later on in life, I did a big change in lifestyle where I got involved with our uni running team, got a lot more fit, and I've just kept it as part of my mental health routine. It's quite enjoyable for me. There's nothing better than going out when you're all pumped and just angry at the world that just go smash out some weights. That works for women as well. It's for everyone. I think just getting the blood rushing is a really good feeling just to get rid of that stress. A few things I'm going to do to build on the initiative that we're doing. I am looking at building an Australian brand of protein shakes, pre-workout supplements. I really want the initiative to take off and be self-sustainable. There's a big market there for supplements and things like that. I think if we're going to build a brand that supports men, it'd be good to have that as a sustainable model where we can bring in maybe in the future mentors, provide funding support for some men's programs. Look, I've got a whole heap of ideas where I would like to go. All of that is obviously dependent on you and your direction and your vision, and if it's something that you want and you think it'll work, I'll be here driving it, trying to get it up and running. If it works, awesome stuff. If not, we've given it a crack. But I really think there's a big space in here to work. If you want to know more, reach out. As we get closer to launch, I'm currently negotiating with manufacturers around the product. I'll be just doing a pre-workout at the start. And once we raise enough capital, expand into other sort of health products and sports, and then looking at growth in other avenues. But in the meantime, I'll leave it there, and I hope that's provided a bit more information. If you want to know any more, reach out, get in touch, just shoot me an email. The email's on the website. If not, have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you when I see you next. Take care.